Now they're predicting snow tomorrow, of all things. So what I wanted to try to do now, some of these parts have all the decals on them. Some, like the tank, still need decals. But I wanted to mix up a batch of clear and get some clear drying on this. Just because the weather's been so unpredictable lately. And it's not bright and sunny, but it's definitely good enough that I can get some clear painted over these decals. And that just protects them while we're doing some of the other work we have to do here. Now, even though Mark is talking about adding a decal or two here, I can get another coat of clear on this and get those Bridgestone decals protected. That'll be one of the things I can at least get a little head start on here. And Glenn's got, well, I worked on his buffing a little more the other night for about an hour. I think that's pretty much ready unless he wants to do some final polishing. And then we're going to, hopefully while all this stuff is drying, we'll get started on his wheels. And he's got some really cool stuff we're going to be doing on those wheels. Now, one sure sign of spring is our flowering tree in front of the house. For about, well, 2 or 3 weeks a year, it really dresses up the front of our house, and it's just bloomed today. So I thought I'd capture that a little bit because it's not going to bloom forever. Now this is one of the parts that's done, and hopefully we're going to beat the weather a little bit here. I don't know, it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So we've got a little bit of wind to deal with, but nothing terrible. And the sun is going in and out, and I'm getting older by the minute. So, you figure it out. And the goal, of course, is to have enough clear on here for when we have our big buffathon up at Mark's house. I think that's going to be nice. I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that it's not super cold here. It's probably about 40 degrees, but the sun helps this dry up, that's for sure. But this is getting tricky because I want to get the, I see a problem already. See, the one decal is coming up, so we're going to have to replace this decal before I do this part. I know, this is the other part. The problem with this is I checked the decals. That other decal, just as soon as it got out in the sun, started peeling up. Holy mackerel, the sun's coming out. Mark must have gone to church.
Now, I want to get 2 coats of clear on everything, but I have to get it all done within an hour. This clear that we use now only has a time window of an hour for all the coats for that day. Then you have to wait 24 hours. Oh, we got some black clouds coming over now, but the sun is still out. And I hope we're going to beat the system here. Oh, I don't like this. This decal's not sticking down. Oh. We don't have an extra one. Let's hope it's our lucky day. I hope that Mark went to church. We're running out of paint here, so I got to mix up some more paint. But one of the edges on that decal is starting to come up. We're going to just try to. We'll see how that works out. Now see, here's the thing I was afraid of. Let me just get the camera out here. I'm not sure what the reason is, but the corner of that decal started coming up. I pressed it down. Now that hopefully, the whole reason for getting this coat of clear on is that'll seal that up, hold it down to some degree. And another fairing I have to, luckily we have the other side panel, we have an extra decal for. Now the reason I took these out from outside, I was hoping I'd leave them outside by the sun, but as bright and as sunny of a day as it is, there were some black clouds coming over here. And the problem is if you leave anything outside, you come out in 5 minutes and it's either raining or snowing. I don't want to take that chance. So what I do to beat the system, because the paint all has to go on within an hour, I do half of the parts, a third of the parts, get the 2 coats on, get them drying, then mix a new batch of clear, and start on the other ones. Otherwise, you can't get the whole thing done. You definitely can't do this whole thing in 1 hour, that's for sure. And we may have a shorter day than I thought, because that weather is really coming in here. The wind is starting to kick up. But I do want to get the clear on top of the decals if I possibly can. That would be a major thing to get the clear on. Well, Mark, I hate to tell you, baby, you got it on video. I'll put the rest of the clear on, but that decal is toast. I'm not sure the other ones are going to stick down either. Now, I don't know what, these are not the ones John Pothia made, these are the ones Steve made, so maybe these are a problem. I don't know. But at least we'll get some clear on this today. Now, these are the things you really can't control, that's for sure. At least we got it on video so Mark can be entertained. Now what happens sometimes, and we'll put it right where the old one was. You just wet sand it a little bit, put the new decal on. I will have to do a little sanding. No, I think that may go away where the old decal was. Assuming Steve's gonna make some more decals, we'll get them right in the same place. I know he has this decal file. The only problem is he didn't run us any extra ones, or I could have fixed this today. But we'll live to fight another day. That'll give us one thing we can show to repair on a future video.
Now, John Pothier and I, years and years ago, realized anytime you do these decals, it's always better to have extra ones. We don't have that luxury, but we do have one that's ready to put on here. And I'm just wondering, because I really don't know, if these are just from old decal paper that gets dried out, or maybe somebody out there. I've never had it happen before. Done hundreds of these decals. Now I don't know if something is defective here, because it seems like I've let this sit quite a while and it really doesn't want to come off the sheet, so I don't know. I don't know if and it doesn't say what brand of paper this is, so I'm at a little bit of a loss here. One end of this loosened up. This is exactly what happened before. And that's what happened. See, this is the decal that came off. Now, as I'm looking at it, there's no glue at all on the back of this decal. So, again, I'm mystified. Now, I'm going to guess that it's a combination of a couple of things. That this decal paper, see, you don't know when you order decal paper from, you know, the company you buy it from. Especially in this wonderful age of the internet where it could be coming from China, who knows? It could be coming from Uzbekistan or Lapland or something. But I do know, the thing I do know, and I'm going to check with John Pothier what brand of paper he was using, because none of his decals have ever done this. And Steve is trying to do Mark a favor here. I understand that. We're not trying to be critical of anybody, but we would like to make it that we get this right. Now what has to happen, this is going to have to dry for about an hour or so. I'm going to put this aside under a heating vent to dry. The other thing dried overnight, so I know it's not a dry time issue. But here's the key with decals. If you need one, get 6. As many of us have found out the hard way. Now, if we had that Bridgestone decal, I would already have it on. That repair would already be done. But because we don't have it, we're at a little bit of a loss here. So this is going to have to dry. But this is just a good lesson to learn, and maybe somebody within our circle of friends can come up with some decal technology here, but I'm going to do a little research myself. It's drying up. I'll get some extra clear on this little flip door. There's a couple other little parts that I can get. Here's another one. Mark brought this over. This has to get painted white, so I can get these 2 little pieces painted while we're waiting for that to dry up. Now this is a good tip for anybody that's painting stuff like this. Mark gave me this part. I don't know the history of it, where it was, but it's got giant fish eyes all over it. And I've got the paint wet, and this is what I found to be one decent way to deal with this. Get a couple of clean paper towels. If the paint's not wet, use some acetone. Just as ugly as this looks, it gets rid of the fish eyes. Don't ask me why. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this outside, wipe it with a little acetone now, because I think what happens is those fish eyes get caught up in this material.
Now it actually started dripping, drooling, raining. It's probably the end of our painting day here. I hate to admit it, but well, we did get some stuff done. I'm not sure. Yeah, raindrops are falling on my head. Before I pack it in for today, I want to look at what I got. Let's see how this is drying up. These look real nice. The little door came out nice. That's going to be fine. That decal stuck fine. This one, I don't know. We need another Bridgestone decal. In fact, when you make them up, make a bunch of them up. Make 4 or 5 of them. And tomorrow morning, Vlad is coming over to pick up the motor. Wow, what a day. What a day it's been. And as I always say, boy, you got to beat the raindrops here. It was bright and sunny. It's bright and sunny out there, but things change here in a heartbeat. And that little trick with the fish eyes, that's the only way I know that it works almost every time. Anyway, we did not get to paint the fairing. We need to have a second guy here. Maybe I get Glenn to come over tomorrow or whatever. We need a decal for this. We still don't know. I still don't know. Mark's still wanting to put these decals somewhere. But we are moving along, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.
Now, from the ongoing series of Kawasaki videos, I can tell right away that Glenn is getting real good at buffing. And as part of the A-team, we always accept volunteers. Hey, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy all of the adventures we have here in this shop.